What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is your boy Sean here with Trucking Life with Sean. Today I want to talk to you about dispatchers and drivers. Now, if you're new to my channel, I talk to you all about trucking, the good, the bad, the ugly. So if you get any value from my channel, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. I put out videos every day about truck driving, and I try to teach you things the CDL school will not teach you. So today we're going to talk about a subject that's it's not talked about much, and it's relationships with drivers and dispatchers. Now, it goes both ways, but to have a good driver, you need a good dispatcher. A good dispatcher needs a good driver. So dispatchers and drivers need to work together. And I do think there needs to be a training process more out there for dispatchers and trainers on about building relationships. Now, I've worked for several different companies, and I've had good dispatchers, I've had bad dispatchers. It's across the board. And I talk to a lot of drivers, and they seem to have a lot of problems, but we tend to want to blame the dispatchers for everything. And then you get the dispatchers who want to blame the drivers for everything. So I've heard both sides of the story. So in this video, I want to try to bring it to you from both sides' perspective. Okay, let's start with dispatchers. Let's start with that first. Our drivers and dispatchers. Let's start with dispatchers. Okay, so you got a dispatcher, and he's calling the driver, and the driver's not showing him no respect. The driver's like, you know, I can't do that, I can't do that. And he's just a lazy driver. Well, what happens is that dispatcher is going to label him as a lazy driver, and they're just not going to give him the miles or what that he needs. You got drivers that are buttholes. They call the dispatchers and they talk ugly to them. They're rude. They hang up. And that's not all drivers, but I'm saying dispatchers has to deal with that. So from their perspective, the problem is they start labeling drivers as that's just a stupid truck driver, that's just da-da-da-da-da. But not all of us drivers are like that. There's good and bad, just like there's good with bad drivers and bad dispatchers. So as a dispatcher, you've got to learn to let that go and not blame everybody. Don't profile the bad drivers and the good drivers. You've got drivers out there who will work hard for you and will do what they're supposed to do. So, and as a dispatcher, my suggestion to you is you need to communicate with your drivers. You need to talk to them. Don't just use Samsara or PeopleNet. You need to be you're our lifeline. So dispatchers, if you're watching this video, you need to make sure that you're communicating with your drivers. I'm not going to deal with a dispatcher that I can't communicate with. I've got to have a dispatcher that's going to talk to me. I like to know where I'm going next. Call me a bougie driver, whatever, buttered up driver, whatever, but I want to know where I'm going, where I'm delivering. I want to give them good information, so therefore they can get me good information. So it goes both ways. You see what I'm saying? So I hear, from different drivers and different companies say that their dispatcher don't want to talk to them, tells them not to call in. I think that's bad. That is a very bad dispatcher to do that, and you shouldn't be doing it. So if you're doing that, stop. You need to communicate with us drivers. We need to hear from you. We want to know things. Now, you are our lifeline, dispatcher. So if something happens and we break down, we got to know that we can count on you. We got to know that we can call you, and you're not going to be upset if we're running late. Like if we've did everything we could. Oh, that's just great. Okay, yeah, you've having a bad day, dispatcher, and or a bad week, whatever, and you might forget about it 5 minutes. But if you're rude to us, if you treat us like crap, we're going to be thinking about it for the next 11 hours, and you're going to affect our day and our week. Everything. So try to be positive to these drivers. When they call you, even if you're not happy, smile through the phone. Act like, hey, how you doing? Da-da-da. And I understand you ain't got time to be talking to them about their dog and this and that and that. You're busy, you got a lot going on, but just show that you care. Even if you don't, dispatchers who act like they care. How you doing, Sean? Hey, everything okay? Did you have a good weekend? Okay, good, but I got you this load right here. Da-da-da-da. It makes me feel good, and I will work harder. So when that dispatcher calls me and says, hey, Sean, can you do this? This load right here, I know it's your weekend off, but can you do it? Yeah, I got you. Why? Because they listen to me. Or if I've got I like to call my dispatchers, and I like saying, hey, come Saturday, I'm gonna try to be off by then, try to get me a load home. And then if I call them Saturday, they're like, oh, what? You try to go? No, I didn't know nothing about it. They done forgot about me. All right, so now I'm not gonna have respect for you, and then it's not gonna work. You got dispatchers out there who will, the drivers are not getting the miles because they're not communicating. So I feel like I should be on top of it. I should call you. You should be on top. Hey, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going. Blah, blah, blah. I'll be here then. And it works well. So if you're a driver and you've got a dispatcher who's not communicating with you, and you're not getting your miles, this is what I suggest you do. What I suggest is you document this thing for the next 2 weeks, and go to your operations manager, wherever that might be, at any company, and say, listen, the company wants you to do good. They want you to get miles. So if you go to your operations manager and you show them you're not getting the miles, they should swap you dispatch, or they should fix things where you're gonna click. And if they can't do that, then you're with the wrong company. But not all dispatchers are gonna click with all drivers. Not all personalities are the same. You've got some dry dispatchers, you've got some good, different personalities click. So it may be that you just hadn't found your right dispatcher. So make sure that you're communicating with your drivers, dispatchers, and drivers communicate with your dispatch. Let them know that, hey, look, I'm gonna be late. Whether they feel like they're gonna be mad or not, give them good intel. You're stuck in traffic, send a message. And I ain't saying call them every 5 minutes. I'm not saying that, so don't take me wrong out there, dispatchers. I'm not saying for them to call all the time, but they should communicate in some form of way. Preferably, I like doing it by the phone. But hey, listen, I'm in traffic, it's probably gonna be late, So they can go ahead and call ahead of time to the shipper or the receiver and make arrangements, so that way it works better for you, because you get there, if you get there and you're late, sometimes they put you off to the next day, and a lot of bad things that happen. So just communicate. You're only as good as your dispatcher, and dispatcher, you're only good as your driver. So take the time right now, communicate with your dispatcher, tell them how you like to run, tell them how you don't like to run, be open with them, and don't be afraid of a dispatcher for what they may say. That, you know what, dispatchers are dime a dozen, truck drivers are dime a dozen. It happens, but we're all people, we're all human beings. So let's just try to communicate with each other, try to do better, y'all. We can do better. If you got some value from this, hit that like button. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for a good company to work for, you need to call Rosedale Transport. Number's right here at the bottom, 706-226-1003. They're out of Dalton, Georgia. If you want a company that's gonna treat you with respect, that's gonna get you home every week, 90% drop and hook, why are you calling right now? Call this number, ask for Tina, tell them your boy Sean sent you. They got a huge sign-on bonus. We've got dedicated runs. It's mostly drop and hook. Why ain't you done it yet? If you're a new driver, also call Tina Recruit and tell them Sean sent you. They will hire you right out of school. They'll put you the mentor like myself, or somebody's gonna actually teach you how to be a truck driver and teach you things the CDL school will not teach you. So you gotta call the number now, 706-226-1003. Tell me your boy Sean sent you. And until next time, hit that bell notification so you can always get updates. It's Trucking Life with Sean. Let's get it.